So there's all this hype around Parfums de Marly, and I was curious, and so I went and I bought this sample set. And I've already got some makeup on it, don't mind it, but it's got all the women's ones. Well, not all, but it's got 5. It's got Meliora, Safin Odd, Darcy, Athaliah, and Delina. And I think it's like 2 milliliters in here, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna try them and see how I feel, because like curiosity got the best of me. I had to know. So what I did was I wore each of them for a couple of days, and I kept a little journal and I took notes of when I applied them, what it smelled like to me, how long the fragrance lasted, and so on and so forth. So this is not sponsored, this is not endorsed in any way, this is just my curiosity, and I wanted to try Parfums de Marly. So the first one is Safin Odd, and so I'd read some reviews and I watched some videos, and so Safin Odd is, for me, orange blossom dominant, and like they all have medium longevity. This one was the first one that I tried, and I applied it at 9 a.m. and it stayed on my skin until about 3. On the clothes it stayed for longer, and I did get the feeling of like the same vibe of Jean Paul Gaultier Classique. It does have that same vibe, but I almost prefer the Jean Paul Gaultier Classique over Safin Odd. For me, they're so close that I just don't see the point of overpaying and getting Safin Odd when you can find Jean Paul Gaultier Classique easily for like $60 or $70 for a smaller bottle. I think Parfums de Marly is like at least $250 on a bargain. So for me, it wasn't worth it. I asked people what they thought of the smell, and so the average that I got was 6.5 out of 10, and the projection's pretty low, so you have to be close to somebody for them to smell it on you. So that was the first one. So that was like, okay, well, it was okay, it wasn't bad. The next one I tried was Athaliah, and so Athaliah is right there. It's same size, they're all the same size. It's enough for a few days. It's enough to get an idea of what you like and what you don't like. And so Athaliah, for me, was quite powdery and iris dominant and musky. It was drier. So I applied it at 9:30 in the morning, and it was basically gone by 4. And so the note of orange blossom is there, but I didn't detect it at all. And so it's a classy scent. It's got a little bit of dustiness to it, I think, because it's a drier fragrance. Like, it was okay, but for me, it wasn't full bottle worthy. And the reviews that I got, the average for that one was a 7 out of 10. So it actually did a bit better than Safin Odd. So for me, they're about the same, but as an overall consensus from people, the Athaliah rated a bit higher. And then the next one was Darcy. And Darcy I applied at 10:40, and it also lasted till about midday, till about 4:30. So they all seem to have lasted about the same. Like, it'll be enough for the workday. The Darcy one, for me, was similar to Coco Mademoiselle and Miss Dior. It got that similar vibe to it, but sweeter. It's more gourmand. And when I sprayed it first, there's a note in it that makes it smell like a little bit tropically. Like, I don't know what the note is because there's nothing in there that's tropical at all. But yeah, Darcy, oops, I dropped one. Darcy is definitely from the same family as Coco Mademoiselle and Miss Dior. I dropped Safin Odd. It's back. So yeah, it's from the same family. I think if you like something a bit sweeter and you're not, like, you like Coco Mademoiselle, maybe you like Miss Dior a little bit better, but you like something a bit sweeter, a little bit more unique, then Darcy is probably worth it. Darcy got an overall grade of 7.5. So that's just from me asking people. And the projection, I found it to be actually pretty good. Like, I could smell it around myself for a few hours for sure. So I did like that one, actually. That one was really good. And then the next one that I tried was Meliora. Meliora. I'm just going to leave them in here because I keep dropping them. So Meliora is right there. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Meliora was good. I applied it at 9 a.m. and it lasted, same thing. Like they're all going to be about the same. They're going to last until about 4. And so it also has a tropical and fruity touch. And I would definitely say that it's a spring or summer fragrance. Like it's not for fall or winter. We're in like late fall now, but I would recommend it for spring and summer. And I did actually really, really like it. It's fresh. It's definitely, I could sense the black currant in there. I thought there was pear, but there's no pear, but I thought I could smell it. Definitely black currant, and I love black currant and fragrances, so I can see why I liked Meliora. And the projection was decent. There's red berries in there as well. So the red berries I could smell. But yeah, so the Meliora was an 8 out of 10. So that one actually, they got progressively better as I went. And I did like it. I don't know if it compares to anything I've tried before. It's quite unique. And so yeah, I would recommend that one. If you have the money to spend and you want to get a full bottle of Parfums de Marly, out of most of them, like Meliora was very good. And then, of course, the popular and the most talked about Delina. Delina has been a favorite of a lot of people, and I can see why. It's really, really good. It's very girly, and as many people have mentioned before, it's bubbly, it's very girly, very feminine, it's pretty sweet, and it's got that lychee note that's quite prominent. The lychee and the rose in there are quite prominent. Same thing, I applied it around 9 a.m. It lasted me until about 4. Projection's pretty good. I think it's good. I could smell it on myself around me for a few hours, and I enjoyed it. It was really, really good, but very girly. Like you have to be like a girly, playful, like, I don't know if it actually suits me. Probably Darcy would suit me better, but Delina is lovely. Like it's very, very good. And it also rated 8 out of 10. So I also don't know anything else that compares to it, but I would recommend, of all of the ones I tried, I would recommend Meliora, Darcy, and Delina if you do want to go for a full bottle of Parfums de Marly. So that was my experimental experience with the Discovery set from Maxaroma. And I do recommend getting this and trying all of them first, because it's a lot of money to spend on a bottle of perfume, and if you end up with something that's just meh, like it's a bummer. So do try them first. If you can get a decant online, go for that too. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what your favorite Parfums de Marly is. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye!